Już? My sister is interrupting in the video now. She really desperately wants to be on the video. You can if you want to. Today is hot, so I'm gonna have this to help me out. And let's see how this video goes. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, this is Slavic Muslima. I am Karolina, I'm from Poland, I live in the UK, and my channel is about spirituality, personal growth, a little bit about Islam, my outlook about life, and my journey. Welcome very much. If you haven't subscribed already, I would greatly appreciate if you could. So then the exchange of energy is there, and I will greatly appreciate that. Thank you. In today's video, I am going to be talking about a topic which is very close to my heart, and this helps me to transform into someone better. Of course, we can do it only today because it's now. We live in the present moment, which is only now, and we can be the better version of ourselves tomorrow. And then there is so many benefits from that. So in today's video, I am going to be talking about the shadows. Shadows sometimes appear in our life like unexpected, unwanted even guests. Shadows are the unconscious part of ourselves. Shadows can appear as a fear, as an anger, emotions that we cannot really control. You know, the hidden traits, the hidden part of us that we really want to hide for anyone. We don't want these parts of ourselves to be revealed. We don't want other people to know about them. But guess what? Sometimes we have to deal with them. Some people take their responsibility of becoming a better human beings and they do a shadow work, meaning they try to integrate, they try to control and work off these unwanted traits, unwanted part of ourselves that appear sooner or later, whether you want it or you don't want it, whether you are aware of them or you are not aware of them. And shadow work also includes that we are becoming aware of these parts of ourselves, and you know, everything starts with the awareness, and once we are aware, we can actually do something about them. We can do something with this and become better human beings today in the present moment with our lovely awareness. So spreading awareness is absolutely necessary, and knowing that we do experience them. So how these shadows appear? Sometimes you might think to yourself that you are not good enough, you are not smart enough, lucky enough, beautiful enough, you are too short, you are too tall, you are too fat, you are too skinny, you are to this, you are to that, and you preventing yourself from experiencing this lifetime opportunity to the fullest because sometimes you are not simply aware. These shadows are the stories that you tell yourself, that you are not good enough, you are not pretty enough, you are not clever enough, you are not this enough, you are not that enough. There is always something that you are not enough. And in fact, you know, these are the stories that you are telling yourself. So, we have this unexpected guest that appeared. What the hell are these guests? These little voices in your head that tell you stuff, tell you stories. What are these things doing in your life? Have you ever thought about this in that way? Because they do have a special function. They do have a special reason why they exist. And you know what? They desperately want to survive. They are the energetical cords that are attached to you. They really want to survive. They will do anything to survive. So then you reinforcing that belief and you telling yourself stories, and the cycle goes on and on and on. So why are they appearing there? They're appearing for a reason. They want to be well known all the time. They want to be well known. You know? You know what? All of the stories that you tell yourself that you are not good enough, they are not real. They are not real. Imagine that. Why are they not real? Because they live in your head. That's why they are not real. They don't have to be real. But they will be real once you choose to accept them. Meaning to believe in these stories, to believe in these little shadows that appear, that really want to be well known. So, the shadow is there for you to acknowledge them. That's why they appear. They say to you, look at me, look at me, look at me. But these creatures carry uncomfortable sensations, feelings, emotions, and we as a human beings, we seek comfort. We don't want to feel uncomfortable, and what do? We run away from them as soon as possible and as fast as possible and as far as possible. And that is a mistake. That is a mistake. Because at the end of that, there is a light, shadow, and a light. Opposite to the shadow is a light. You know? We all do have the excellent opportunity of our lifetime. Through these shadows, we can become in a full alignment. We can become a better human beings. Through these shadows, through these pointers. When we acknowledge them and see them rather than running away from them. That are the lovely reasons and function why these unexpected guests appear in your life, you know? And when we consciously acknowledge them, we can deal with them. Feel a little bit of uncomfortable sensation feelings, and then there is a gift, there is a prize. You can be the best version of yourself. And you know, there are different levels in all of this. Imagine there are 5 levels. And every level carry a different lifetime opportunity. If there are 5 levels, let's say, imagine that, visualize that. If I am on a level 1, and on level 2, there are different opportunities that could present itself to me, then of course I won't be able to have that chance of having these opportunities because I am on a level 1. And the shadows appear for you to get you to a different level. Once you acknowledge them and once you accept them. And that's why they want you to know about them. These are the blessings, in fact. These are the mirrors, the pointers where to look. It shows you, the mirror shows you exactly where to look. And the stories, the identification. If someone, for example, let me say again the example of me being white, too pale. If I was listening to negative comments like that in the past, that I am too white, for example, and if I am identifying myself that I am too white and I have these strong emotions attached to that, meaning everyone now, when I'm adult, if someone says, oh, you are too white, what does too mean? Too white meaning straight away I assume that this is something negative. I shouldn't be too white. I should be darker or something. Okay, so if I am identifying myself with this type of stories, if someone tells me, oh, you are too white now, this will affect me. So these are the shadows, these are the unconscious creatures that live in you. And now I have the greatest opportunity to deal with these and become a better human being by accepting that, by loving my skin color, regardless whoever says a word. Because these comments doesn't define me, but acknowledging them and creating that space for it to accept it, I have the opportunity of a lifetime to become a better version of myself every single day and to be in my full alignment as a human being. Okay? And running away from these, it's not doing you any favors. Okay? So, what is it going to be? What stories are you telling yourself today? Positive and negative? What sort of stories are you telling yourself today? And why? Women that are jealous of other women. Men that are jealous of other men. Very low vibration. It is for them to finally understand it and transform and stop being jealous of other people. It's crazy how everything operates. It's like 2 + 2 is of course 4. It's not 5. We know that. Is it really 4? Yes, it is. It is really simple as that. So these creatures are living in your unconscious self, and they appear unexpectedly for you to look at them, acknowledge them, and accept them, and transform the shadow into a light. And I'm sitting here because this is the best light that I found. I could go outside as well, but I don't want to at the moment. It's a nice sunny day. Alhamdulillah. When you are becoming free from all of the nonsense that you tell yourself about yourself, you are this, you are that, you're attaching the meaning to these stories. The stories are created from your unconscious mind through the thoughts in your head. You have the control over them. You can choose them. You can disregard them. If you choose them, you reinforcing that belief about yourself from the stories that in fact have nothing to do with reality, as long as you are not choosing them. If you are choosing them, you unconsciously acting according to that, and you are reinforcing that belief. The story goes on, the story goes on, the story goes on. And this type of stuff prevents you from reaching a different level of your personal growth and reaching from a different level of possibilities of this lifetime opportunity for you. So why are you doing this to yourself? We all know, we know, it has been proven, unless disproved, that we live in a present moment. We only have a now. The future and the past are the illusion, okay? If you disagree, that it's fine, but the matter of fact is that whatever I think about myself right here, right now, it will influence my thought processes, or my thought process. It will influence, and these stories are attached to your identification of who you are identifying yourself with. You can tell yourself stories, you can be committed to self-improvement, you can do the shadow work. But then what? What are the solutions for all of this? I always value people that take their full responsibility for their life and who they are as a human beings, and that is great. But at some point, once you realize what you're dealing with, you can consciously accept, or you can consciously choose that, okay, we have a present moment only now, and now I am choosing differently. I am choosing to think differently about myself. Instead of me believing that I am too white, I believe that I love my skin and I love who I am. If someone tells me that someone doesn't like me because I act in a weird way, and this could affect that person in a negative way, if I acknowledge that, I accept that, of course, if I see that the reasons are valid, then I could choose differently and start acting in a different way, and then reprogram my nervous system. We are all unique individuals. We can expand only if we allow ourselves. And I see a huge value and potential in you. I believe in you, okay? Because if I can do it, if I can be on the path of my self-improvement, you also can be. It's not an easy ride, but my question is, what choices do you have? What choices do we all have? We do not have many choices. We can be stuck and not transform, be on the same level, and suffer more and more and more, or we can change it. All of this does not have to be super difficult. If you attach a meaning that this is a super difficult, I cannot deal with this, then this is going to be your reality, but it does not have to be that way. I promise you that. It does not have to be that way. Step by step, step by step. And that is what it matters the most. That you choose and you fight against the dark shadows of your soul that we all do have. I'm not a better than you. I don't see myself as a better than yourself. I am just committed to my self-improvement. Why? Because the benefits are beyond my understanding. Every day I experience so many blessings, so many small things, even if they are negative. Because even if they are negative and they're coming from the bottom of the dark of my soul, I have the opportunity to transform and to be a better human being. And how do we do it? Everything starts from the awareness and understanding that you are in control. You are in fact in control, okay? At some point, we need to move on, At some point, we can acknowledge negative parts of us and then, okay, I have that thought in my head. I am not attaching these thoughts to the stories. I am not identifying myself with these. And I choose differently today. Why? Because I can and you can. And simple as. We do not have to constantly feel that someone is better than we are. Because that is simply not true. Self-worth is built on who you truly are and who you think you are. And do not give them your powers because it seems that it's easier. It's not. It's not. It's more difficult to experience the pain on and on without dealing with these, without acknowledging these. This is the harder path than acknowledging and dealing with them and feeling lighter and going through it and then changing the shadow into a light and feeling free, feeling the freedom. This is easier. Trust me. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. This is the easier path to choose rather than carry on and putting the responsibility on other people, which is unfair. And of course, I told this already so many times because there is that frustration in me. I want to inspire you guys, yes, of course, but there is that frustration in me that I'm trying to release, to understand that I cannot change people, I can only change myself. But I want to tell you my story. I want to influence, inspire you, and show you that it is possible if you allow yourself. If you allow yourself to change if something does not work in your life. Feeling uncomfortable all the time. My question is, how long? How long are we gonna be doing this? We are not doing this anymore. We are taking the responsibility and we are looking after our nervous system. Relaxation. There's so many techniques. We don't have to take antidepressants and put their responsibility onto a tablet, onto a medication, and give that energy for these to exist. Because at some point, are you gonna be like, you would have to take a different approach. Okay, fine. Maybe I am triggering someone. Fine, I accept that. Antidepressants. It will mess with your neural pathways that you won't be able to repair, never ever, for the rest of your life. The easier option is taking the responsibility and looking at your shadow without fear, confronting your fears, confronting your jealousy, and dealing with these as a fully aligned, integrated person, human being, adult that is taking the full responsibility for her or for his life. I know it's easier said than done. I understand, but it does not have to be. Because if I say that it does not have to be hard, that is the truth. Does not have to be hard. Oh wow. Oh wow. Was I too harsh again? Oh my god, I cannot do it differently. I don't want to do it differently. This is who I am. Well, in the past, people didn't know what antidepressants are. How long do you want to numb yourself? It's a numbing, it's a not fixing. And it is sad because I keep hearing that more and more people taking antidepressants. It's better to just take a pill, right? And giving the powers, your precious powers, their life force away. The life force. Your powers are your life force. The life, what gives you the energy, the life in you. You're giving it away. You're giving it away. Do you know about the risks of antidepressants? Do you know the consequences of taking them on a regular basis? I spoke to a friend that is taking antidepressants. Actually, few of my friends are taking antidepressants. And it makes me feel sad. It makes me feel sad because that is absolutely not the way forward. The consequences are unreversible, some of them. And one of my friends, he stopped taking antidepressants for many years, but the effect of it, the consequences, he's still dealing with them to this day. Hormonal imbalance, chemical imbalance in the head. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. That's why self-improvement and trying to be on a higher vibe will minimize the risk of being on that level where you see this as the only option for you to move forward. But it does not have to be that way. It does not have to be that way. At all. At all. You know? It does not. Because there are other alternative, natural alternative. And I want you to know that you are not crazy, okay? You are not crazy, I get it. I get it. I don't know if you can hear my neighbors, but it is out of my control, okay? So just want to tell you that this is out of my control. I try my best to minimize the noise, but I live in a busy neighborhood. I think we all do. And I have to deal with that every day. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Oh. Welcome these shadows, these triggers, with an open heart, like myself now. There's so much noise going on, but it's okay. I accept it, it's fine. And that is all in this video. Appreciate every one of you, and thank you so much. Thank you that you are part of my journey, part of my life. I appreciate that. I hope you liked this video, and see you next time. Take care of yourself, and remember, everything is fine with you. You can choose differently and transform the shadow into a light.